Hello everyone and welcome to Sankaku Renai, Love Triangle Trouble, from NekoNyanSoft, who was gracious enough to give me a copy of this game. So thanks to that. The game comes out the 31st, which is either tomorrow or today, depending on when I decide to upload the video. Let's get started. Let's get right into it.
Oi, Sousuke! 一体これはどういうことだ?
Oh, they got songs playing in the corner. That's nice. I always like that. So you know exactly what song is playing. What is it this time, Perez?
SS レア確率アップで 15% 期間中なんだぞ。10連したら1枚は出るはずなんだ。
Oh.
それなのに目当てのパピシアちゃん水着バージョンはおろか50連回して SS レアゼロとは何事じゃ
Man, I keep telling you, man, that stuff is just gambling. You got a problem, man. Although looking at the background, maybe you don't. Maybe you're okay. This is normal for you. Ah, mobile game, right? That kind of BS is normal, man. What is it? What is that phrase people use? Desire, censor. You know, when you want something bad, you won't get it no matter what. Boy, don't you hate that?
詐欺か詐欺なんかどうなっとんじゃこのガチャシステムは
It's like when I opened like a bunch of packs in the new Magic the Gathering expansion on Arena, trying to get Liliana, never got her. Had to craft her. I was so mad. This fine fellow, currently yelling out in agony, is the president of my school club, the Manga Research Club B, which is apparently very popular to have two clubs, Club A and Club B. We're the B team, as we like to call ourselves. There was a Manga Research Club A once upon a time. They were actually a series club dedicated to studying the art of manga. But with the gradual decline of the student population here at Yo Academy, it was eventually abolished. You won't find a single person at the school nowadays who cares about the art of drawing manga. Not one, I tell you. Yeah, game in the background looks familiar. The poster. That's probably another game of theirs. I probably played it. I'm just not realizing it. I play so many games, I forget. As for why our club survived while theirs didn't, well, we're just a hangout spot for lovers of nerd stuff. Well, that's life for you. I mean, you can't always get what you want, you know?
しゃあないっすね。じゃない。これは我が部の部費残高に関わる問題なのだぞ。
Wait, are you spending our club money for your stupid gotcha rail rolls? What the hell? Quit embezzling our funds to support your addiction. Hey, Connie-senpai, you want to tell this to student council? What are you eating? What is that? Yes, I'm going to make you walk all the way up there.
それ本当の通報だから今すぐやめて。部費なんて使ってないよ。
Wait.
冗談。
Is the emergency number in Japan actually 911 like it is here in the States? I think in the UK it's like a 999, isn't it? Something like that. You have to say 15% seems really high because a lot of this stuff is like what, like maybe less than 5% in a lot of cases, maybe even 1%. You know, it's a scatter box, man. They got to get you to keep playing. You know, oh, they lock all the good stuff behind the really rare pulls. This sluggish girl munching away on her snacks is Waroda Akane, a third year. She's the laziest person I know, plus a die-hard fan of boys' love stuff, BL stuff. I've played some of that stuff in the past. See, for me, I don't care. I play all kinds of genres of visual novels. It doesn't matter what it is. And that's why you love me. You can't tell me you didn't see anything sketchy about a PNG gambling simulator having odds that generous. Like, come on.
いやだって CM で言ってるもん。 15% って嘘なわけないもん。
Is there fine text in the bottom?
次の10連で必ず SS レア出るはず。今までの負債合わせて5枚くらい一気に。
No, man, that's not how this works. When will they ever learn?
もし次出なかったらどう考えても回線識別で田舎民を差別してるとしか思えん。どうせ田舎民は声を上げんと思ってるのだろうが、んなことはない。絶 対抗議してやる。ネットで悪評拡散してやる。
I said PNG. It's supposed to be RNG. I'm an idiot.
ちゃん水着バージョン出てくれ頼む。
RNG stands for Random Number Generator. You know, what happens if you get it? It's just a picture. Like, there's no satisfaction. Yeah, you'd be like, oh my god, I got, you know, it's the endorphin high. When you get it, like, oh my god, and then it wears off, and then you're looking for that next high, you know, that next character you want, or skin, or whatever. After that bold declaration, he taps on his smartphone. He collapses onto the floor, pitch black blood spewing from his mouth. Ew, that's a problem.
60連って18000円。
18,000 yen?
そんだけあればいろいろできたのに。
Well, he's an addict. He has nobody but to blame but himself. Well, he can blame the game, and that's probably fair. I mean, yeah, you know, there's something to be said about, you know, having, you know, self-control. But a lot of that stuff, you know, those games are designed to get people to spend money. That's the whole point of them.
But you don't know.
She's a little chubby. Next to me, shaking her head in exasperation, is Cara Olivia, a first-year member of our club. This robust young lady also happens to be a foreign exchange student. It's almost insulting. Papicia-chan? That's not a real character, I assume.
自業自得。
バイトしよう。そしてお金を貯めよう。そしてまたガチャ回そう。
The endless gacha cycle. Whoa, man, you're about to graduate. You shouldn't be saying those things.
しかも、間もなく夏でごじゃる。
I heareth.
去年の夏といえば、進学なり就職なりを決める最後のヤンマンパと来た。遊びほ
What era do you come from?
良いのでごじゃるか、部長殿。
我が輩は卒業したら実家のちりめん問屋を継ぐことになっていてな。
Ah.
卒業まで遊び放題よ。
Crepes. I love crepes. Crepes are great.
めちゃかむんでごじゃるか。なんと、部長殿は越後のちりめん問屋の後取りでごじゃったか。
Oh yeah, I forgot to show you the options menu. Like I like to do. Here's the options menu. Not a big fan of the color scheme, but that's okay. It doesn't really matter. You know, you change your windows, have it always on top, initially instant load on startup. You can auto hide the cursor, which is nice. You can change if you want the song title shown. You know, dialogue. You can select the font. You can change the font, which is always cool. Sound. You can turn off the voices. Don't look at those spoilers. Others. Oh, little hotkeys. Here you go. That's kind of nice. Alright. There you go. Kara's also a gigantic Japanese history nerd, and that's why she's panting and freaking out right now. Mito Kumon, if you were wondering, is a TV show about a samurai pretending to be a crepe shop owner. Really? That sounds awesome. She gets her on her knees, prostrating herself like she's before the Emperor himself. Kara will be Kara. So what about you, Nanaru? Any opinions on our sad, worthless president? Nanaru, by the way, is my younger sister. Komori Nanaru is her full name. Currently, she's glued to the computer screen, headphones on, and she's even drooling like a horny teen watching porn. Do I even ask what she's doing? I take a peek at the screen to see one of the latest girl groups dancing on stage at a concert. Those cotton balls on your hair? I do recall her mentioning that she'd gotten pretty into this idol group recently. Hello, Earth to Nanaru. Nanaru. Why do I even bother? Why? She suddenly comes to her senses and jumps out of her seat. Oh yeah, we got that thing today.
何かね、夜の乱交パーティーなら我が輩も
What the
参
hell's
加
wrong
さ
with you,
せてもら
dude?
う
She's
が
my sister. I ain't gotta sleep with my sister, although you probably do in this game. She's probably like half, not step sister.
死んでどうぞ。
Please kind of jump off a bridge.
兄弟から揃って死を促されるとたまらんな。
Well, we got stuff to do today, so later, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.
まーす。
That's Spanish,
また明日
not
な。
Japanese.
ソウスケ先輩、ナナルトの
Oh my
ま
god.
た明日でござる。バーイ。
After saying our farewells, we exit the club room. The best thing about the B team is how laid back and kind of chill it is. Come and go whenever you please. That's the founding principle. One of the other members, a childhood friend of mine, didn't come today. Probably just didn't feel like coming. But that's A-okay. Nobody has a problem with that. That's just how chill our club is. Show up, don't show up, we don't care. But still pay your dues. We're broke. So these are the flowers you ordered, yes? Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much.
うひゃー、綺麗ね。
We collect a bunch of flowers we ordered and leave the flower shop.
これは絶対喜んでくれるっしょ。二人とも。
Definitely. Today is our parents' wedding anniversary, hence the flowers. They're our gift to them.
でもお兄ちゃんの方から二人の記念日に何かしてあげたいなんて珍しいこともあったもんだわ。
I mean, it's their anniversary. Of course I'm gonna get them something.
嘘ばっかり。いつも私が言うまで記念日自体忘れてるくせに。
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna deny you're the good child. Well, on occasions like this, at least.
だけって失礼ね。だけって。
Yeah, I'm sure you are.
私はいつだって小粒で可愛い豆娘よ。
Yeah, sure, whatever. Though I'm not sure you can call yourself little anymore, not with those boobs of yours. My gaze moves down to her ample chest.
いや、そうなんすよ。ここ数年でいきなりね、成長期ってやつ？困るわ。クラスの男子の視線は熱いし、女子の視線は痛いし、中にはあいつシリコン入れたんじゃね的な噂流されるし。入れるかってんの？天然物ですぞっての。ねえ、お兄ちゃんからも言ってやってくださいよ。え？確認のために触らせろって？どうぞどうぞ。って触らせるか
The fact that we can laugh and joke about such dirty topics, it just really shows how close we've got these past couple years. It's almost like we're real siblings. Ah, that's what it is. Maybe we're not real siblings. Had to do something to snap you out of that joke before you got too full of yourself.
じゃあボケないでよ。キャラクター柄つい反射しちゃうじゃない。
Character revision? Since when were you an actor?
メインヒロインよ。
I don't think so. News to me.
知らなかったのかよ。
Well, we're all the main character in our own stories.
私以外にそういう下ネタは控えなよ。普通にセクハラだから訴えられても知らないわよ。
No worries, I know who and who not to do those things around.
確信犯なの？妹にだけ？
I don't know if I'd say that's why. Big boobs are like a hypnotic to guys, you see. Whether they're a sister's boobs or not makes no difference. Well, yeah, it does kind of make a difference.
誰だこの兄。
I don't have a sister, but if I did and she had big boobs, I'm not going to sit there and stare at them. That's just weird and creepy. A lot of people have this thing in their brains that says, hey, family members, they're off limits. Don't think about them that way. Some people don't, obviously, but a lot of people have, kind of like, like a switch in the brain, where it's like you don't see these people as sexually attractive people. Or something like that. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. This silly banter has become part of our everyday lives too. I read it somewhere, okay? I read lots of things.
まあまあまあ、綺麗な花束。
Aw, isn't our mom adorable? Happy anniversary! Nanaru and I hand the flowers over to our mother, Komori and Momiji, together.
おめでとう。これからも夫婦仲良くしてよね。
Actually, that's not us, that's our dad.
サンキュー娘息子よ。いやー嬉しいな。父さん幸せ者だな。
You know, it seems rare for games like this to actually have both parents involved in it. My dad, Komuryu. He's so overjoyed he's crying. Talk about an overreaction. I don't think it's an overreaction. Come on.
ケーキも買ってきたから後で食べましょう。
Guys can get emotional too. We got a cake? Awesome!
あれ、ナナルは今ダイエット中とか言ってなかったか？
You should know by now, Dad. She always says she's on one. But that's all it ever amounts to. Just words, you know.
やるやる詐欺か。
失礼ね。やるわよ。やります。明日からね。
やってから言いなさい。
Tomorrow's just called for never. Everyone knows that.
二人揃って漫画みたいなこと言うなや。
大丈夫よ。若いうちは代謝がいいからたくさん食べてもたくさん出るわ。
そうよね、母さん。わかるわ。私若いからその感覚わかるわ。たくさん食べてももりもり出ていく感覚。
Can you please not describe it like that? It's gross.
何はともあれ、乾杯しよう。もう腹ペコだ。
I'm starving too, even though I just ate a little while ago.
私が温度取ります。
The festivities begin as we dig into the wide array of party food my mom prepared. It all makes for good, quality family time. After our small little celebration is over, I head up to my room. Sure was fun. I muttered that without even realizing it. I think I'm just glad that, after that many years of my family being in tatters, we're finally back to normal. Though I'm not really quite sure I can say that. Our family was split straight down the middle as a direct result of my parents' divorce. Oh. That hasn't changed. Back then, the divorce hit me like a truck. It felt like the end of the world, really, and that's no understatement. In hindsight, I did have an inkling that something was up. I noticed that arguments had spent most of their day at work, and so on. But I guess the idea of them getting an actual divorce just never occurred to me. Ultimately, my sister and I were torn apart. Our mother took custody of her while my dad took me. I still remember the day when Mom left, dragging away my sister in tears. Nanaru is my other sister, my stepsister. Basically, she came from my dad's new wife, Momiji-san's previous marriage. Things were awkward between us at first, but over time, we slowly opened up to one another, and our sibling relationship is pretty authentic now. I do love Nanaru more than the world, and I'd do anything for her, but still. I gotta wonder how Suzu's doing. Suzu is my blood-related sister, the one I don't get to see anymore. I imagine she must be a lot bigger now. It's been a while since I last saw her. I'm sure we'll eventually see her in the game. I do want to see her again, but I don't know. Part of me feels afraid, almost, It's complicated. Very complicated,
お兄ちゃん、ちょっといい？
I come back from my sentimental land as I hear my current little sister talking to me from out in the hallway. Nope.
向いてましたかな？
You're creepy.
そんな慌ててズボンを整えなくても、チャック開いてるよ。
Look, I'm not messing with my pants. I wasn't jacking it, nor is my fly... Oh, it is open. It is open. That's a little embarrassing.
すっきり
Shut up. I no longer give a damn what she thinks about me. So what do you want?
こないだ録画したアイドラスペシャル一緒に見よう。
We've already seen it 3 times. It's not gonna change. Why?
アイドラメンバーの輝きは何度見ても変わらない。特にセリラ。
Yeah, I mean, sure, it's fun and all, but watching it over and over in such a short time span is killing...
は
She glares at me menacingly. Oh,
飽きたって言った？アイドラ飽きたとか言う？そんなやつは兄でも許さんよ。
Oh, not killing, thrilling. Seeing it so many times in such a short time span brings me the biggest thrills.
Good. 私は信じていたよ、マイブラザー。
Why, of course, sister dearest.
それじゃあ早速見よう。 やっぱりアイドラは一人より二人でワイワイ語り合いながら見るのが一番よね。
Well, you say that, but the first 2 times we watched it, you were dead silent from start to finish. She looked so absorbed in it, I was actually afraid she'd snap at me if I spoke.
そらそうよ。まず1、2回は内容をしっかりと噛み締めながら視聴ってのが基本なの。
Sure, yeah.
体の隅々、おっぱいの先までアイドラを染み渡らせる。
Tips of my titties. I think she's gay for Idola. The hell kind of drugs you high on, girl?
決まってねえわ。ただのアニメだわ。
I ask again. Nanaru is, let's just say, a fair bit different from my other sister. Oh, we're not gonna reminisce anymore? Okay. Hurry your butt up, Nanaru. Why you gotta hog the damn bathroom every goddamn morning?
ちょっと待ってよ。女の子はいろいろと時間がかかるの。朝は特にね。
You call yourself a girl when you actually act like one.
なんか言ったお兄ちゃん。
Nope, nothing. Just wondering what you would even need to spend time doing, given your appearance and all. Figured maybe you were doing some wonky plastic surgery procedures on yourself every morning or something.
するかって言っても、女の子のこれはもはや整形と言っても差し支えないかも。
Say what? When did that happen? Well, that's a surprising answer. Now I'm really curious as to what she's doing in there. Look, can't you just get up earlier if you know you're gonna take forever in the bathroom? That way you don't hold me up?
私が朝弱いの知ってるでしょ。これ以上の早起きは死ぬから無茶
Hell,
言わ
maybe
ん
we're
といて。
better off just getting up early and doing our stuff before she even gets up. You'll literally die? I mean, do we need to take you to a doctor or what?
はいできた。お待たせ。
She comes out of the bathroom with her hair and everything just the way she likes it. Same way it was yesterday and every day before.
可愛いでしょ。
No. No different from normal, seriously. If all you gotta do is your hair, then do that in your room. Sheesh.
普通かよ。水もないし、ドライヤーだってここ1台だし、洗面所の方が手っ取り早いのよ。それに、どうせ一緒に学園行くんだから、隣で歩く妹がちょっとでも可愛い方が兄として誇らしいでしょ。でしょでしょ。
How? You act like I care about that.
もし私が粉木じじいみたいな頭で、粉木じじいみたいな顔で、粉木じじいみたいな服を着て一緒に歩いても
None of that old man crap. I like you just as you are. Ooh, Nanaru baby, you're so cute. I want to fap.
しこんなしこんな。まあそういうことだから、すべては兄を思う妹の心遣いってことで
You
許
got
してちょ。
a complex girl. And with that, Nanaru skips off to the living room. Just another morning at the Komori household. Nothing to see here. This looks good.
いただきます。
いただきます。
Itadakimasu.
はいどうぞ。
カツカツカツカツカツ。
Grilled fish, scrambled eggs, wieners, miso soup, and white rice. Perfectly balanced breakfast, which Nanaru is devouring like a starved animal.
食事は逃げないからもっと落ち着いて食べなさい、ナナル。
なんか最近やけにお腹すくのよね。成長期かしら、それとも妊娠？
You better not be pregnant.
うわっ
Dad does a spit take with his miso soup.
なんだって？に
You sexually active? We told you getting pregnant gave you an appetite. It's the reverse, ding dong. Is it? Well, I mean, usually you're eating for 2, essentially.
妊娠して食欲増える人もいるけど、それとがっついて食べるのとは別問題よね。
I was gonna
あら
say,
ナナル、ご飯粒ついてる。
not that I would know, but
ごめんごめん。
maybe I
あ、
will.
冗談よお父さん。お腹すくの
I
は
wanna have a
最近に
baby
始まった
one day.
ことじゃなかったわ。
I'm just waiting for the right person, you know.
なんだ冗談か。
赤ちゃんの時からだったわ。
You remember that far back?
確かに赤ちゃんの頃からナナ
I
ルは
don't.
ガツガツしてたわね。
Oh, I guess she was telling the truth. Yeesh, you could really stand to be a little bit more ladylike, you know. I reach out for some soy sauce to put on my fish when... Nanaru passes it to me first. Oh, thank you. With my fish now properly sauced, as it should be. Next comes the eggs.
これでしょ?
This time she hands it to me before I can even move my hand. Gracias means thank you in Spanish. I'm a Spanish genius, in case you didn't know. You have to know a person inside not to pull off something like that, and furthermore, she did it like it was second nature.
あ、そういえば今日部長に借りてた漫画返すとか言ってなかった？ちゃんとカバンに入れたの？
Oh crap, I
や
forgot.
っぱりそんなことだろうと思った。
相変わらずすごいわね、ナナルのアシストは。
まさに維心伝心というやつか。
妹ですから。お兄ちゃんの好みくらいわかります。
She's coming off a tad bit smug, don't you think? Not like I asked you to.
何よ、妹の完璧な仕事に文句つけるつもり？
If you were really flawless, you'd be cooking me breakfast too, and I don't see you doing that. You better be glad that Mom does the cooking, so you can at least pretend your little Miss Perfect.
自分だって何もやってないのによく言うな、宗介。
Dad!
まったく。
Aww. You've still got much to learn if you want to please your brother, little Nanaru.
あんたどんだけ上から目線なのよ。
The beginning of another hectic day in the life of the Komori siblings.
行ってきまーす。
See ya. We leave the house together and set off for school. It's a nice house.
湿度で結構ムシムシしてきたね。制服が張り付いちゃって気持ち悪い。
Have you always been a heavy sweater?
なんかその言い方やだな。別に汗っかきじゃないけどさ、これから夏にかけてはみんな汗かくっしょ。特に最近の夏は異常だって。過去最高気温更新って毎年聞いてる気がする。
Yep, and nobody likes to be around someone who's stinky and sweaty.
おい、デリカシーのかけらないのか。
Hey now, I'm just stating facts.
大丈夫です。夏場はちゃんとそういうケアもしてますし、ちゃんと匂わないように気をつけてますから。女子力ビンビンのこのナナルちゃんに抜かりはないっての。新作デオドラントをネット通販する準
The
備は万
newest,
全よ。
hottest deodorant. The whole bathroom thing aside, I don't envy you girls. Sure sounds like you have life hard.
余裕ぶっこいてるけど、お兄ちゃんこそ気をつけなよ。無頓着な分、男の人のがきついんだからね、夏場の体臭。
Yeah, the thing is though, I've never sweat once in my life.
なんでいいけしゃあしゃあと 100% バレる嘘をつくの？
Truth is, I pay a fair bit of attention to my hygiene too. The biggest reason for that probably being that because I live with a girl around the same age as me. But there's no way in hell I'm saying that to her. She'd be skipping and jumping in glee.
でしょでしょ。私がいるから気をつけてるんでしょ。一丁前に妹を意識しようってからに。この。
And we don't want any of that. That's exactly what would happen. And I can't imagine anything more annoying. As we near the school gate, I begin to perceive something strange.
ねえお兄ちゃん。
Yeah? I feel like we're being watched.
ビビビビビビビ。
I can physically feel their eyes staring at us. Does somebody have business with us or something?
なんか見られてる？
It's not just you, but they might just be looking in our general direction. Homeroom's starting soon, so there are a lot of students around here.
振り返ってみようか。
And we better not. We're gonna look like weirdos if we're wrong.
そうね。誰もお前らなんか見てねえよ的な感じだったら赤っ端だわ。
Let's just forget about it.
オッケー。
We thus head into the school building, unsure of whether or not we're being watched.
じゃあねお兄ちゃん。
Yep, make sure you do good in school today.
そっちもエロい妄想ばっかりしてないで勉強しなさい。
Yeah, I know.
私も今日はほどほどにしとくつもり。今日はね。
You're harping on me, but it sounds like you're the one with the problem. I say goodbye to Nanaru, then walk through my classroom door. Yo, Komori, came to school with your little sis again, eh? Morning, Komori-kun. I always love seeing you two together. You're such cute siblings. Haha, thank you. I give my classmates a lazy greeting, then head to my seat. School's out now, that was quick. Catch you later, Komari. See you tomorrow, man. After saying goodbye to everyone, I leave. The highlight of my school day is when it ends.
Sousuke, 格ゲーやろう、格ゲ
Oh,
ー。
Maho. Oh, she's cute. They're all cute. I mean, what am I saying? You're never gonna see like an ugly person in one of these games. Not more than a second after entering the club room, I already find myself being challenged by the girl who was absent yesterday. Narutaki Maho. Maho. Boy, that sounds familiar. Isn't that from Magikoi? Isn't there a girl named Maho in that game? Maybe. Maho and I go way back to when we were in kindergarten, to be exact. She's one of those childhood friends you often hear about. It's every single game has one. Every game has one. Every school-based game has one. From the looks of it, she's been here waiting for me.
新キャラ使えるようになったから、その実験台になってくれ。
You know, I will mop the floor with you. Ah, so that's where you were yesterday, busy at the arcade, huh?
まあな。
With the rise of online play and fighting games in recent years, arcades have seen a heavy hit in business. Arcades are practically non-existent here in the States, sadly. They exist in, like, eating establishments, like Dave & Buster's and stuff have them, but, like it's like Chuck E. Cheese and stuff, but for the most part, like, the dedicated arcade is pretty much dead. It's a shame. That said, there's still a small group of hardcore dedicated players that frequent them. Maho is one of them.
やっぱりネット対戦よりゲーセンの方がレベル高いからな。腕を磨くには一番だぞ。
You're probably the only girl on the planet who want to go to the arcades to play people in fighting games.
確かに今まであの場所で同性に出会った。
Maybe they're incognito. Well, I guess technically there are girls there. They're just hanging around the photo booths with their boyfriends.
そんなことはどうでもいいから格ゲーやろう。
Okay, just ignore me then. I'll be preoccupied playing this fighting game with her for the next while. We actually have a TV and console set up in the room here for us members to use as we please. Thank Perez for that one.
それ。
Money he didn't squander for his gacha games. Maho dodges my attacks with ease. We've been playing against each other in these types of games for years now, so she has a good read on my playstyle. I'll give it to her too. She's leagued better than me in these games.
はあ、
I just hit the buttons and make things happen.
お兄ちゃんの負けだわ。
I can't be bothered to memorize like ridiculously long combo strings. It's like, I don't know how people do that. Nanaru sighs as she watches our game from behind. Can't give up when I still have a chance.
諦めなくても試合終了になるパタ
Jeez,
ー
thanks
ンも
for
あ
the
る
vote
よ
of。confidence, lady. Show some mercy.
私との勝負中に他者と会話なんてずいぶん余裕だな、宗介。そこだ。
Ugh. Maho fires off her super, and in a flash, my health is drained to 0. You lose.
ほら、やっぱりね。うちゃんまでこちゃうな、先輩。
いつも通りだな、宗介よ。これぞまさに予定調和。
The crowd that amassed to watch our fight fire off the incredibly rude remarks one by one.
勝利イエイイエイイエイ
Boo.
イエイ
Why are you guys cheering? She won, not you.
宗介には勝てたけど、まだまだ特訓しないとな。いくつかミスがあったし。いやいや、ミコートでござったマホ殿。ところで、どうでござるか。今、マホ殿が使ったキャラクターのコスプレなど。ないないない、絶対にない。そうでござるか。それは残念でござる。
Aw, she sounds sad. Kinda looks pretty bummed out. As an aside, she loves coming up with cosplay designs.
カーラ、何度言ったらわかるんだ。
I'll
私なん
cosplay
か
for
が
you.
コスプレしたっていいことは何もないぞ。どうせ似合わない。そんなことないでござる。マホ殿のプロポーションはまさに理想完璧なのでござる。いや、そんなことは。ポンキュッポン。カーラ、その表現は古いぞ。そして私は残念ながらボンではない。エクセントリックだる。自分で着ればいいじゃないか。自分用を作る方が楽しそうなもんだけど。この衣装、カーラの体型では着れないでござる。サイズを調整すればいいだろう。 自分で作るんだし、そのくらい簡単に。それではもはやコスプレにあらず、キャラクターになりきることこそコスプレの楽しさ。スリムでグラマラスなキャラクターを彼らのようなクソデブが演じてもそれをかけるくちゃる。そうか。
As you can probably tell from that outburst, Kara takes cosplaying seriously. Too seriously, possibly.
でもな、カーラ、私はつまりコスプレ自体に興味があまり。
Maho looks over to me for help. I can tell she's in a bind. When you've known someone for as long as I've known her, it's easy to tell what's on their mind. But yeah, I think I'll ignore her plea for help this time.
おい、ソウスケ、今わざと無視したの？
I don't know what you're talking about. And she caught me. Having a childhood friend comes with its fair set of drawbacks.
おい、無視したろ。そういうとこ差別だよな。妹とかの言葉は絶対無視しないくせに。だってシカトされたら私キレますし。つまり私のことは下に見てるわけか。適当に扱ってもいいと思ってるわけか。
Nah, you're just more chill. I don't know. It's like I barely noticed you, like you're CO2 in the air or something.
お前バカにしてるだろ。
Oh, you could tell.
ソウスケ。
Ow! I'm sorry! She was flying at me in a fit of rage.
血は喧嘩なら外でやりたまえ。部室に埃が舞うだろうが。
お兄ちゃんとマホ先輩ってほんと仲いいですよね。私とソウスケがそりゃないだろうなあ、ソウスケ。
Never. I sputter an answer from inside Maho's chokehold. For both Maho and I, few topics manage to phase us. Bring up romance, however, and we both become a nervous wreck. Maho once rejected me during middle school, and we've been that way ever since. I've mostly gotten over, but boy, was it one hell of a rejection.
未来のお姉ちゃんが変なやつだったら面倒だし、マホ先輩なら大丈夫かなって思ったんですけどね。心配するな、ナナル。お前より変なやつはそうそういない。どういう意味？言葉のままだぞ。
You know, I noticed the poster is ASa Project. I wonder if that's like an upcoming game that they're working on or something. Maybe it's a real game. She actually doesn't seem too bothered by it. Or maybe she just, like, completely forgot.
どうしたソウスケ？もしかして落ちたか？そんなに強く決めてはいないはずだが。
No, the problem is your tits are smashed up against me.
今さらそのくらいで動揺するかよ。何年の付き合いだと思ってるんだ。それにこの程度の胸なんて見慣れてるだろ。ナナルがいるんだし。ってそうだ、ナナルなんていいんじゃないか、カラ。コスプレの件だよ。私なんかじゃなくナナルにしてもらえば。ほら、ボンキュッボンだし。ちょっとマホ先輩、やめてくださいよ。私がコスプレしたら世の中の男を全員虜にしちゃうじゃないですか。ごまんな自信でごちゃるな。でもナナルともなんか違うっていうか、なんていうか、清楚さが足りないというか。
Oh boy.
健康的じゃないというか。
I'm sorry, you're slutty.
ギャルすぎる。
You're not the pure maiden.
ギャルすぎる。
I guess Nanaru isn't perfect enough for Kara's ideals. It's a shame. That evening,
お兄ちゃん見つけた。
there I was in the bathroom, about to take off my clothes and hop in the bath. That's when the door flew open all of a sudden and Nanaru bolted in. What do you want about to take my bath?
冷蔵庫にあった私の桜餅食べたでしょ。
I did no such thing. Can we discuss this later when I'm not half naked?
今しないとどうせお風呂上がったら逃げるから。
Haha, I'd never do that. I totally will.
私の桜餅、せっかく夜食にしようと思って大事に取っておいたのに。
Do you want to get fat? Because that's what'll happen if you eat late night snacks. See, I ate it with the best interests of you in mind. Nanaru, it was an act done purely out of my love for you. Do you not see that?
お兄ちゃん、そんなに私のことを思って。うるうる、感動。ってなるか！
I am genuinely worried about your weight, though. You've been getting kind of pudgy around the waist lately.
余計なおせっかいです。私がムチムチだろうとなかろうと。
And yet you're getting it anyway.
お兄ちゃんに見せるための体じゃあるまいし、体型なんて気にしてくれなくて結構。
What, so your body's somebody else's viewing pleasure?
むしろお兄ちゃん以外にしか見せる可能性ないから。お兄ちゃんもっともないからね、当たり前だけど。
Touché. If she was showing herself to other guys, that'd be a little troubling.
でもやっぱり洗面所にいたわね。なんとなくお風呂かなって思ったのよ。
The heck, are you psychic or something?
お兄ちゃんがどこにいようと私は見つけますけ
That's a
ど。
little troubling. She's got security cameras installed in her room. Scary.
わかるのよ。私妹だから。
Whoa. How are sisters this incredible?
当たり前よ。たとえ遭難しても安心してよね。優秀な妹が。
How the hell am I getting stranded? You think I'm gonna sail the goddamn seas like Columbo or something? Columbo. A distant look suddenly forms in her eyes. She stares at me. Hey, everything alright, Nanaru?
いや。
Too captivated by these beautiful abs, huh? Well, I don't blame you.
バカ。今さらお兄ちゃんの上半身くらいでドキドキなんてするもんですか。
So you want to see my lower half? Eek!
アホなわけないでしょ。妹に下半身さらす兄がどこにいるのよ、変態。
What do you get quiet for then?
いや、ちょっと昔を思い出して。
She mutters in a soft tone.
まだ小さい頃、私が迷子になって、お兄ちゃんに見つけてもらったことあったなって。
I did?
あれこそまさにエスパーっていうか魔法の域だったと思うわ。本当にあの時のお兄ちゃんは私がどこにいたって見つけてくれた。
Man, I must have forgotten that because I don't remember a thing.
そう。
She hangs her head, seeming somewhat rejected. Dejected, sorry.
だよね。あんな昔のこともう覚えてないよね。
In truth, I do actually remember. It's a precious memory of mine, one that I treasure to this day. I think I really did forget. I know, but I purposely pretend that I don't.
そっか。
Yeah, I don't know, nothing comes to mind.
ちゃんと覚えてくれてたらすごく見直したのにな。
Huh?
もし覚えてたら立派なお兄ちゃんだって、尊敬に値するお兄ちゃんだって。それこそ勝手に桜餅食べるくらい未来永劫を許しちゃうレベルで。
What do you know? We had a sudden epiphany. Oh,
残念だわ。
I'm really coming to regret not telling her. I still remember it clear as day, even. Right. Back then, she and I had just come into each other's lives. She came alongside the woman Dad was marrying, and they told me she was going to be my new sister. Hi there, my name is Sousuke. What's yours? What is that? Oh, sugar rabbits. Okay. It was my first time seeing this timid girl, 1 year younger than me, whom I would come to call my sister.
ほらナナル、挨拶しないと。サウスケくんはあなたのお兄ちゃんになるのよ。
ナナルです。
Things were awkward between us at first, kind of like probably would always be. She was distant and aloof and seemed almost afraid of me. But that was only natural, considering the situation. She was being introduced to two total strangers, and they told they were going to be my family from now on. And I can't imagine that she'd fully recovered from her parents' divorce either. That also applied to me. Had we been younger, I imagine we would have gotten along just swimmingly. But given the delicate age we were both at, We just kept our distance from one another. However, I still fervently believed that someday we would recognize each other as siblings. My dad thought so too. I still remember what he said to me. Not to worry, talking with her might be hard now, but that'll improve with time. I took his words to heart, but much to my dismay, a month passed with no change, and then a second. Hey Nanaru, you want some manju? I got juice too.
いらない。お腹空いてないから。
Oh, okay. That all changed one day, though. One day when Nanaru went missing. Nighttime settled and she was still nowhere to be found. We had tried calling her, but her phone must have been dead because she never picked up. I still remember how worried sick our parents were. I'm gonna go look for her. Saying that to them, I put on my shoes and left the house. Even though I put on airs like I knew something, I really didn't. Of course not. When had she and I ever gone out and played together? Even so, I ran. Like my life depended on it. Everywhere I could think of, everywhere I passed by, everywhere my legs would carry me, I searched. Streetlights in our neighborhood are scarce, so it always got very dark come nightfall. I wandered through those streets in complete darkness. Even though I walked them every day of my life, I now felt like I was in a foreign world. And for Nanaru, who only just moved here, I could only imagine how petrified she must have been. She was likely staying right where she was, too scared to move an inch. I knew I had to find her, and quick. This girl was now my sister, and it was my responsibility to keep her safe. I ran as fast as my tiny legs would carry me, searching, running, to the next town over, and the next. I couldn't count how many hours I'd been going at this. My stamina was beginning to deplete, and right as I was on the verge of losing hope... I don't know if it was luck or fate, but there she was. She was squatting down by the shoreline, sobbing frantically. We've been looking all over for you. She jolted upright and turned around, but in doing so, her balance was disrupted, and she teetered on the edge of the bank. Don't fall! I quickly grabbed her hand and pulled her toward me. Sorry, it's not Mom, just your brother. Because everyone's worried sick, that's why we've been looking all over for you.
遊びに行った帰りに暗くなって道わかんなくなってそれで歩けば歩くほど見たことない知らない場所で
Hey, don't cry. Everything's alright now.
携帯で電話しようと思ったけど充電切れて
I know. Don't cry on me. Here. As awful as it was, the only reason I didn't want her to cry was that I found it annoying.
今面倒くさいとか思ったでしょ
That was a real shocker when she said that. I couldn't figure out how she read my thoughts like that.
泣くのは仕方ないでしょ怖かったんだから
I know. After all, I was still scared of walking alone at night when I was that age. But hey, everything's gonna be alright now. We won't get lost with the two of us. And with that, I took her hand. Come on, let's go. Everyone's waiting for us.
足痛い今度
Fine, but just this once. I ultimately gave in to her request and gave her a piggyback ride all the way home. I was plenty exhausted myself, having run all over the place for the past couple hours.
ありがとう兄ちゃん
That was the very first time Nanaru had addressed me as her brother. Just hearing that word alleviated all of the pain and exhaustion. After that day, we began to grow closer and closer, little by little. I mean, they were only baby steps, but still, some progress is better than none. Hey, Nanaru, you want this piece of cake? We have one left over from yesterday.
お兄ちゃんと分けて食べようかな
Manga?
確か持ってたわよねどんなのがあんのかな
Oh, you don't want any of my manga, trust me. Got a whole lot. Want to take a look? Nanaru, I recorded Digimob for you. Want to watch it?
見ようかな。
Step by step, our relationship improved. It deepened. And before I knew it, I had myself a cute little sister.
何ニヤニヤしてんのよ。気持ち悪い。
Sorry about that. I was just remembering how cute you were when you begged me to give you a piggyback that one time.
バッチリ覚えてんじゃない。
Man, it's a shame. You used to be so cute back then, unlike now. Ah, you were just so cute. I wanted to hug you and snuggle you and keep you safe.
恥ずかしい恥ずかしい。忘れろ。
I love you, Oni-chan.
そんなこと言ってね。
Oh, but you did. I jump into the bathroom right as Nanaru's foot comes flying my way. Oh, Nanaru-chan, never grow up. The following day, I head to club to hang with the usual gang. And with that, I think I'm going to call it a quick look here. And I hope you all enjoyed Sankaku Renai, Love Triangle Trouble. It's available on the 31st, which is probably will be the day it goes up. And yeah, you can buy it on Steam, and you can also buy it on NekoNyanSoft's website, which I will link in the description below. So have a good day, everybody, and take care.